All right, welcome back to the podcast, The Common Folk by the Common Folk. Put a little sneaky one on you last week. Didn't put one out. I was going to, then I just enjoyed daylight savings too much, and I didn't want to ruin anybody else's day. Although this really isn't ruining your day because you get to listen to my majestic ass voice, if you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking to some people. Let's get some outdoor companies going on, seeing if we can get some people on here, some archery people, some celebrities that aren't, writing me off, because I'm a soon-to-be celebrity too. They just don't know it yet. I mean, neither does half my family, but eventually somebody will. And, I'll be a made man at that point. Do some stand-up stuff if y'all really want to see me in person. I'm handsome, so forewarned. And I'm pretty modest about it, too. But I'm a sexy-looking motherfucker. So, just whatever it is. Got to be careful. Too many ums in there. I'm trying to be better with them grammars, if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm just saying. Had some election coming up. That's pretty good. Although, in my honest opinion, we should be excited for the election every year and not just now. And I mean, it's good that everybody's voting, and I'm not going to sway for one way or the other. I'm just saying that every year people should be, every time an election comes up, people should be doing this and not just in this one. And I think that should go for both sides too. But that's my honest opinion that y'all really want to listen to. So we'll get on. We'll get on to this. Okay, so we're gonna do. I went on to Time magazine. And I started looking at just weird top 10 shit, because top 10 seems to be a fun thing to do and people like it, and you guys have liked it, my good podcast followees. So we're going to sit here and I'm going to do another top 10 for y'all, because why not? And I want to have a bunch of fun with this. We'll start doing some themed ones, and we'll get some YouTube videos out soon. We're getting those edited right now. We're going to have some fun, show you how to make sweet tea, piss around with a drone, spy on, fast food joints, and, see what happens when you, order obscene orders to go people and watch them flip as they try to scramble to, do your weird order, and then pull the bitchy white chick 40-year-old woman going in and asking to speak to the manager. My hair is long, but it's long in like the sexy way and not like the asking for a manager way, so I'm going to have to get a wig for that one. I'm not sure what color yet, but I'm colorblind, so it's not like it's going to matter to me. But, I'll have to describe it to you guys. Unless you go on and look at my YouTube channel, and then, hey, we're good. All right, so we're going to get this. And this is kind of surprising. Hot dogs. Hot dog. First thing right on, hot dog. First thing you're going to do is we're going to do hot dogs. About 17% of food-related asphyxiations in those younger than 10, are caused by hot dogs, according to the 41 state studies cited in the paper. The Academy even recommended that hot dogs be redesigned to make it less likely that they will get lodged in the throats of the young. How do you redesign a hot dog? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Shout out to whoever's writing this. Good job. I don't know, how do you redesign a hot dog? Maybe make it a square? I don't know. Maybe make it smaller? I'm not sure what you would want to do to redesign a hot dog. I mean, they're pretty stable. I mean, well, how about this? Just tell your kids not to be a dumbass. I mean, if you got defeated by a hot dog, man, come on. Oh, whatever. Nonetheless, hot dogs are a dangerous food now, and they're probably going to have to regulate that because someone fucked up eating a hot dog. That's what the world's come to, We've had to survive from being hunted by giant 10, 15-foot bears that are so muscular, they fucking make Arnold Schwarzenegger look like a skinny nerd, okay? And then now we're sitting here getting defeated by hot dogs. Jesus Christ. We need to go back to the caveman age. I'll tell you what. This isn't calling for anything. I'm just saying, maybe we just need a little back to the basics life here, okay? Zombie apocalypse, an alien invasion, let's just reset a couple things. Let's, start narrowing out the week, That's what I'm thinking. This ain't gonna be me. I ain't gonna do shit. That's too much work to be a villain. Jesus Christ, I ain't even that smart. So I'm just gonna be like. All right, number one is a Fugu. Fugu. F-U-G-U. Okay. Served in paper-thin slices by expert chefs. So the Dennys diner chef or the Waffle House chef is not considered an expert chef. I did not know that, but, it turns out when you give this fish to a Waffle House chef, he can't cut it the way they do, because it turns out you have to be licensed. And who the fuck is going to go through all that just a license for one fish? Is it taste good? I don't know. It's a toxic fish. Let's see here. The Fugu, served in paper-thin slices, combines with luxury with a high stakes gamble. The intestines, ovaries, liver of Fugu, or blowfish, contains a poison called tetrodotoxin, which is 1,200 times deadlier than cyanide. The toxin is so potent that a lethal dose is smaller than a head of a pin. And I'm assuming they're not meaning the colored bubbly kind on the other side that you use to see it, and it's the other side that goes into you and hurts. So, I'm going to assume, but don't take my word for that, because if it's the other side, you might have a bigger chance. But I'm just saying, it might not be. There's a 50-50 there. Let's see. Because of the high risk, Justin must undergo 2-3 years of training to obtain Fugu preparating license. I ain't doing that. Just flip burgers at McDonald's. Jesus Christ. Such expertise raised the price of Fugu dish up to... the minute I paid $200 for a goddamn meal, okay, I'm getting a big-ass steak that was raised by a cattle that was raised on a diet of beer and oats for its fucking life. I ain't spending $200 on a stinky little fish, probably, that tastes worse than, I don't know, mustard, okay, and it won't even fill me up. All right, if I'm paying $200 for a damn meal, I better be full and contemplating life right after that shit, okay? So let's get one thing set aside. Priorities. When I die, I'm going out with a bottle of bourbon in one hand and a knife stuck into a giant, as rare as it can get, T-bone in the other, fighting off a grizzly in the Alaska wilderness, okay? Like a man should. All right? Not getting poisoned by some little fish that's, fuck, I don't know what the size of it is, but, it's like, people want to eat caviar and shit, you know what I mean? Well, you know what? I eat the poor man's caviar. You know what the poor man's caviar is? Chicken eggs. That's right. That's what I fucking go for, bitch. There are 40 kinds of Fugu. It hasn't stopped Japan, but there's not a lot that does stop Japan. You can give those, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I don't remember. Just say they're really going after it. They're determined. You can give that country, they're very determined. So this don't stop them Japanese. And if they want to waste $200, that's $200 US dollars. I don't know what that is in Japanese money. So y'all got to look that up yourselves. This ain't no Japanese podcast. This is a podcast for the common folk. No, this is common folk. Common folk are worldwide. But I'm based out of the US of A. But, I'll have fans in Japan eventually. But, by the time I get the fans in Japan, we'll talk then. I'll look it up on Google. That was invented by America. Okay, thank you. People consume 10,000 tons of this fish every year. You fucking have to just to get full. Jesus. All right, what do we else got here? The yaki. It's in Jamaica. There's only one good thing come out of Jamaica. Well, actually, two good things. That's Bob Marley and that's marijuana. That's about it. Let's see here. The yaki, the fruit mix, is a mixed blessing. Originally native to West Africa, migrated to Jamaica, is now the country's national fruit. If improperly eaten, though, key can cause what has been dubbed the Jamaican vomiting sickness. That does not sound pleasant. Which, other than the self-explanatory symptoms, can lead to coma or death. Okay, well, yeah. So you're going to be vomiting Jamaicans, which is what I got from the self-explanatory symptoms. Unripe ackee fruit contains a poison called hypoglycin. Isn't that what fat people have? I don't know. I'm fat, so I'll go ask my doctor next time I'm at the checkup. So, preparers must be careful to wait until a fruit's protective pods turn red. Well, good thing, because if I was colorblind, I wouldn't know if it's red or green, and I could kill a lot of people, And that ain't my fault. I was born colorblind. What you gonna do about it? I got them glasses, but they only work on the outside, and I ain't gonna be wearing them 24/7. So I'll just stick with not eating this. With all the risk comes a delicious payoff. With cod, delicious paired with fish. Not sure that goes together, Hoss. But, peanut panic, whatever. No, I'm skipping this bitch. Nah, peanuts aren't deadly. All right, if you were born like a nerd with peanut allergies, I am truly sorry for you because you are missing out. All right, peanuts and Coca-Cola, peanut butter is delicious. Peanut butter and fucking, I don't know. There's a lot of things you can do. Peanut brittle, that Thai peanut sauce you get with the pad thai, that they serve. You get that spicy and whatever, peanuts. That's all right. All right, but if you got allergic to peanuts, I'm sorry. Next one, leafy greens, including spinach, lettuce, cabbage, and arugula and kale. Well, nobody eats the last two. Cabbage, coleslaw, and sauerkraut. Lettuce, salads every now and then. Cover it in bacon grease and bacon slices. There you go. And spinach, well, you know what? Popeye the Sailor was a badass. So every now and then I'll eat spinach, doused with, like Thousand Island or some kind of insane Italian vinaigrette type thing. Were listed as the riskiest foods of 2009. What was 2009, the year of the puss or something? What the fuck? They are regulated by the FDA. The group identified 363 separate outbreaks linked to the veggies last year. 240 of these cases linked to food from restaurants. Well, that's just improper handling. You probably have some fat fuck sitting there sneezing on his hand and cutting up your salad and shit. And that's why you don't go to Denny's at midnight and order a Cobb salad. That's just common sense. I'm gonna skip that one. That's just common sense. You don't go do that. All right, rhubarb. I don't like rhubarb. It is deadly. Yes, we grow it. Got some growing back in the backwoods and the homeland and all that. So we'll go with that. But yeah, rhubarb is pretty deadly. You have to cook it right, and they make rhubarb pie and whatnot. I've never cared for it. I always told it was sour or something. It's just, those are the ones you gotta cook. You eat that shit raw, you die. So you don't want to eat that one. Tuna trimmers. What the fuck? Earthquake where it's raining tuna? Popular among elementary school students and foodies alike. Tuna has become one of the most widely consumed fish. I don't know what elementary school you went to, but I did not consume tuna. Tuna is awful. Look, they say pregnant women and young children shouldn't have it or should not even eat too much. And that's what I take away from that. I don't eat it. They say the fish concern it has high levels of mercury and it could hurt people. Well, that's just like the lettuce and the cabbage and shit. Don't get tuna from a fucking street vendor, all right, in Kansas, because they are far as fuck away from tuna, and you're probably gonna die. So that's just self-explanatory. A lot of this can be involved by common sense. This shouldn't even be top danger. Be like, well, if you're a retard, you probably should stay away from this. But if you ain't, you probably know right from wrong. This next one's a radish, ginger-looking, creepy little heifer. It's called cassava, better known to the Americans as tapioca. Oh, it's like the pudding. Okay. Produced on the roots of this bush-like plant. I think it looks more like outside looks like a carrot, but then it has like the shape of like what a ginger thing would have. So it's not exactly straight, but it's not all zigzagged either. It's kind of all, you can go look it up. Everybody's got smartphones. The poor people, the rich people, the other people, everybody's got smartphones. You look that shit up, okay? It's produced from this roots of this bush-like plant. That's bull. But the crop can have deadly consequences. If prepared incorrectly, the cassava plant can produce a cyanide. Which is, that's what the people swallow off their tooths and shit. Small number of people are also allergic to the plant. Well, if you're allergic, you should know what you're allergic for. Don't eat it. Yeah, that makes anything dangerous if you're allergic for. Okay? That's just, unless, like the cheese and stuff, if you're lactose intolerant, but you could power through that if you, if you really wanted to. I mean, I do. I'm lactose, but shit, I'll eat cheese every fucking day. I don't drink regular milk, but I'll drink chocolate milk, Yeah, that's just how it is. Should consider opting for a different. Yeah, well, fuck, who considers pudding a dessert? Pudding comes with side every meal. You have vanilla pudding, you have chocolate pudding. If you have any other pudding, that and you're a rich spoiled brat, and I don't want you. Okay, coffee. Bullshit. Cup of Joe can be detrimental to your well-being, but it does so much more than it hurts. Because what that hot liquid hit your laps, you'll stop at nothing to amp the pain. Well, yeah. Okay, if you spill just about anything hot, okay, it's going to be cause for trouble. You know, at this rate, you're going to be saying water is hot for you. Hot milk is bad for you. Fucking, hot cancer-saving liquid is bad for you. Whatever it hits your lap and it's hot, nobody wants to get hit in the crotch with that kind of shit. Self-explanatory article right here. McDonald's had some trouble when a 79-year-old lady, grandmother, sued the fast food company because the scalding cup of coffee caused third-degree burns over 6% of her body, including her thighs, butt, and groin. She was awarded $2.86 million. Later lowered the copy of the temperature. Warning labels more prominent. However, reported blues coffee to higher levels to this. Well, first of all, don't buy the coffee if you can't handle the hot levels. All right, bottom line. That's what I'm saying. I was taught never to sue anybody because that's a pussy's way out of life. So I ain't suing that shit. I mean, if you can't have, if you can't handle the hot coffee, don't buy it. People who get in coffee know what they're about in the morning. Okay, so this is just a common sense kind of thing. I didn't realize I have to be telling you about common sense, but if I's gotta be's the ones that tell yous, then so's be's it. All right, we got mushrooms. Yeah. Some could kill you, some are good, and some would make you trip balls. And now that's what we human beings are like. God puts the mushrooms on the planet, and he's just like, all right, be careful. Some of these are bad. Some of these are woo. You know what I mean? And then a human's like, ooh, I got a woo. He's like, you want to stay about that? And he's like, no, I'm going to go take this home with my buddies, and we're going to trip balls and watch SpongeBob for 5 straight hours. Yeah, some can kill. The ones that are edible and don't have anything, I don't touch with, because there's no use. I don't like mushrooms, but I did read somewhere that psychedelic mushrooms are good in using to treat depression, and I think that's a cool cause to use them for. And there's really not too much of it. It's kind of like marijuana. There's not too much of a bad effect that it has other than temporarily making you feel like you're Superman is what I'm told. So that one's eat at your own risk. This is not letting you know that you should do drugs or making anything okay. But I mean, if you pick a mushroom out in the wilderness and you start tripping balls, just enjoy the trip because, you're probably not going to die. Now, if you do die, well, then I guess all your problems are over now, huh? Yeah, and that's not an advisory saying to go into your problems by eating mushrooms that can kill you. I'm just saying if and when that would happen, you're good with life. Just saying. But these mushrooms are all eat at your own risk. Yeah, this was not. I mean, other than that one fish that I ain't ever gonna taste in my life because it probably tastes horrible. Tuna, which I ain't ever gonna eat because tuna's horrible. Mushrooms, lettuce was a bit of a bitch, but that's just how it is. Rhubarb, I heard that if you're a pretty country folk, live out in the country, dealing with a lot of that rhubarb, you can grow it pretty easily. So I wouldn't imagine that, that's too bad. So you'd be all right there. Okay. Well, take advice from me today. Spinach is fine. If you spill hot coffee on you, you're going to have more than you're just going to have a shitty day. Okay. Don't try suing McDonald's for a couple millions. That's the wuss's way out. All right. Live your life. Jesus Christ. Okay. Some mushrooms make you float. Some make you die. You just got to eyeball them right. Go on and Google it. Everybody's got a smartphone these days. All righty. Thank you. Have a good day. And we'll get some videos up soon. So you better be going checking that shit out. And I'll catch y'all later.